Hey guys, welcome back to Chamberlain Family Farms. So it's still pretty muddy out, but Phil wants to get the tractor out and try to till up this garden area some. So we'll see if we get stuck. Kim's working in the greenhouse. It's a pretty chilly morning out. It's probably about 45, but it's gonna warm up to the 60s today. And then by next weekend, it'll be in the 80s. That's where they dug up one of the stumps. So try to smooth that area out some. Man, that soil looks rich. So much better than last year. With all the compost and everything we've added to it.
Ooh, you hit something there.
Big roots under there. Boards. All the animals are curious. Oh. Big board or root or something stuck up under there. It came out.
We had a water leak on our hydrant and it saturated this ground that water was standing, and we're trying to get it back to normal. So we're supposed to have a nice day today, and hopefully this is going to help out and get our garden ready.
So we're going to go ahead and get this garden tilled up, and it's about 3 times the size that it was last year. And so we're gonna get that tilled up and then start laying down the ground cover.
so this year, instead of going vertical or horizontal, we're going to go diagonal. Mostly because Mom just wants a straight shot to her greenhouse, so that's what we're going to do.
It's not the only reason. I think the diagonal, given the grade of the land, will help retain some of the moisture instead of everything running off.
I don't think it matters. The got ground cover ain't going nowhere.
And Anthony's got the best side of me.
But the only problem it's going to be is that the water spigot is over there, and that, since it's going diagonal, it's going to be kind of hard to actually pull the hose in between the row now. Now we're going to have to go way out and back around. It's going to be a pain in the butt.
I've got extra hose.
Anyway, that's where we're at. And yeah, I cut my pants yesterday, made some shorts out of them. Yes, I'm wearing boots. I prefer boots.
Woohoo!
I don't really have shoes. I like boots. So.
You could have went higher. You've been safe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, anyway. Now you're going too much.
Hey, we need to twist it again. How's that? Get it up again.
Okay.
What do you got?
There's a stand there, honey, if you want to come in here and help.
I'm good, thanks. So if this tells you how much bigger our garden is, that 2 rows was only 1 roll of the ground covering. So now we're pulling out the ground covering that we used last year. We've even got the kids pitching in. They're hammering down the staples. It's making things go a lot faster. So this is how much fabric we have down, and then we ran out of staples, so Phil is going to improvise. Not going to be able to do it.
Alright, so we're out of them staples for the garden. These here are signs for like vote for whoever, and Mom and Dad's accumulated quite a few through the years, so they're getting kind of rusty anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these up, bend them over, and use them as a heavy-duty garden staple. These all last a few more years. After I get all these bent, then I'll come and I'll probably edge them off a little bit, make a little point to them. But yeah, these should last a lot more years than them cheap ones you get from Amazon or from the garden store. And the rust is kind of good too, because that dirt, it really holds on to the rust. Them new ones, they just slide right out with the good wind. I don't know why it's like that, but it does.
Son, you want to see your mom do a dirty video?
Not really.
I want to anyway. I'm a farmer. See my dirt?
I don't get it.
We told Blakely to hold down that end. She's holding it down.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get a jump on some of this planting now that we have a lot of this fabric laid down. The first thing that we're gonna go ahead and plant is some summer squash. We have this ground already so rich with all the compost and the rabbit pellets mixed into it. And we have water going out here to the garden this year too. So it'll be a lot easier to keep this watered. And here in southern Indiana, we're pretty much done with our frosty overnights. It is staying pretty nice overnight, and it's been getting pretty hot during the day. We're gonna do 2 rows of these. They branch out pretty nicely and grow a lot of fruit on each plant. So, and I'm only putting 1 seed in each hole, and then the ones that don't germinate and come up, we should still have plenty.
What are you planting?
We're planting bush beans.
Bush beans.
Bush beans. That's where you get your green beans. I'm making the holes, and he's dropping them in for me. He loves to help. I'll probably stagger plant them. That way they're not all coming into maturity at the very same time. And that way we have them for a longer period of time.
All right, so the next thing that we're gonna plant is okra, and it's pretty picky what it can be planted next to, so we're gonna go ahead and start this row over here by itself and figure out later what we can plant next to it. And so we've got a long row of these, and they did great last year. We had a really long okra season. Putting in some fence posts so that we can put a pea trellis in. It's going to use some baling twine to tie this fence to the posts.
Use what you got. If you guys got animals, livestock, I know you guys get plenty of this. You're better off to save it so you can use it for things like this. We use baling twine a lot around here. Mom, she used a bunch of it for stretch it more. Mom used a bunch for maple syrup this last fall, winter.
So guys, this came off of a baby rib, and we're going to use these to put signs in the ground for each row of plants so we'll know what they are. Another good use for repurposed material. So Kim made some fancy signs to go on these. That's pretty fancy. All right.
I don't know how long these things here will hold up, but it should last all summer.
Be nice if it lasted a few summers. Just gonna attach that right on there.
I don't think you got screws long enough with me, so I'll use one of these.
That's almost too fancy for us.
I don't think so. I'm a pretty fancy guy. I don't think these screws are long enough. Oh my God.
Well, she didn't paint the vegetables on her.
Tell her that when next time you see her and see if she whoops your
I
butt.
will.
He found another roll of fence. Got good material scattered all around. Nice. So now we're going to go ahead, now that we have this trellis up, and plant these sugar snap peas. And they're supposed to be 6 inches apart, and the rows are supposed to be spaced 2 feet, but we don't have our spacing 2 feet, so what I'm going to do is go every other one and stagger them. And the reason that our spacings aren't all right is because this is reused ground covering from last year, so we may not have planted the exact same thing in each area. We're going to put a couple hills of cucumbers here. And since these need hilled, and we're just going to do one small area of these, it's the first time that we've done cucumbers. He's just going to use the shovel to make a little hill there. And we'll put 4 to 6 seeds. About 3 inches apart. Alright, so we got 5 there. It's good. We're going to start planting our corn here in this row. Have 2-3 rows of those. This is the burpee sweet corn. Don't sit on the child, though.
Yeah.
let me redo this side. Hey.
Perfect.
Is that comfy?
It is. Got this tree for shade. It's lovely. Okay, get up. So where you want it?
Yep. Now we've got okra and peas and beans and summer squash down there. So then we have a couple cloths in the middle that don't have anything yet. And then a couple down here on the end. And then we're getting more for this big area in between here and the corn. So then we have corn, 3 rows. And then be the cucumbers.
Okay, so we've gotten a lot of our gardens started. Part of it's been planted. Some of the weed barriers have been put down. So now I'm going to put up an electric fence. And no, I know it won't keep everything out, but it does seem to help with some of the small critters. Raccoons and extra rabbits.
And kids.
People's dogs, the kids. Yeah, put it also up. Our kids have got some, our grandkids have got some of these riding toys. And right now they think that that's a racetrack. Well, we want to stop that. So if they see a fence up, they'll know, hey, don't go there. Now, I've got this here. It's a solar panel, so I don't have to run regular electric to it. And I'm going to be grounding it down. And this is just some wire fencing, but it's got the bright colors so people can see it. And we're going to be putting that all the way around the perimeter of the garden.
Got it.
Good job. Keep going.
Marvin, come help. You're a big helper.
In the hammock. I'm so proud of you kids. I know you did such a good job. We hope you enjoyed watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.